Okay. Dead eye syndrome is a problem that I see a lot of photographers having. Models like Michaela wants
Je ne sais pas quoi.
not having dead eye syndrome in the pictures. Okay, in this video we're gonna talk about that, and the secret is flash and natural light. We are in a very complicated situation over here. We are in the shade, although it's cloudy, but the clouds are very, very bright. We're gonna do both pictures with natural light and then combining natural light with flash. Now, Michaela looks amazing. You're gonna see her a lot on this YouTube channel.
So, subscribe.
Oh, c'est la vie, aguanta. I'm gonna start with natural light. I'm gonna remove the flash, the radio contact flash, and let's take some pictures. And here is the result. The automatic settings of the exposure of the camera gives me this exposure, which Michaela, the subject, is a little bit on the dark, but it's trying to protect the highlights, although the highlights are overexposed. But we don't see her that much, so I have to compensate a little bit more, so I can see better Michaela now, but still is not the look that I want. I want to separate Michaela from the background and get a little bit more details on the sky doing so. So what we're gonna do is turn on the flash. You ready? Look at the difference. Only using the natural light we have a problem, so the dynamic range of the camera cannot recover the details on the sky and at the same time recovering the details on Michaela. So there is some advantages using just natural light. Let's talk about those. It's very easy to master. You can compensate with the exposure compensation and get the result that you can see directly on the camera. So that's easy work, okay? Also, you can do a photo shoot way faster because you don't have to carry around a bunch of flashes left and right, etc. Also, because you don't have all that material, a lower investment. That's why a lot of photographers call only natural light photography lazy photography, but I don't think it's that lazy because every time that I use natural light, I have way more work on editing to make the image pop. The idea of using a flash is to avoid the dead eye syndrome. Well, the dead eye syndrome is a phenomenon that I see in a lot of professional photographers, that the eyes are dead, there is no bling. Well, you can add the bling on Photoshop, but that doesn't mean you are adding a mood light or sculpting the subject into the image. So a picture is 2D, okay? But that doesn't mean that it has to look 2D. The idea of using a flash is to add volume to a 2D image, to the picture. So to get Michaela in 3D on the 2D photo. That makes sense? And on this case over here, I'm gonna photograph a little bit in contrast. Have a beautiful kick contrast on Michaela. It's just really good light, contrast light, which is completely impossible on a gray day like today. Another thing is that I have the freedom of composition and lighting. For example, if it was sunny, I can use the sun as a hair light and use the off-camera flash to fill Michaela to not be in the shadows, or push it a little bit to the side to give a huge contrast, more provocative light. It depends on the mood and the sense of the image, what we want to transmit. And you don't have that much freedom only using natural light. Michaela has a really beautiful hair. If you want to see more hair of Michaela, you can see her on Instagram. The link is on below. But I want to show off the beautiful hair that she has and the beautiful lines in the backlight of the flash. So I'm gonna use a regular small flash just to do that. Up, up, up. With natural light, you cannot shape the light like that. Yeah, I know that this is more complicated to learn. You have to learn the invert square law, the power of the flash, big investment to have this. But honestly, I want the best quality as possible for people that I love to work, like Michaela. She's demanding, she wants cover-looking magazine images, and that's what I'm gonna give her. If you want to learn how to photograph mixing ambient light with flash, I have a video just over there, and follow Michaela on Instagram. She is on the description.